going on, guys? Boss Man Skis here.
So,
Prepared to bring you another pre-fight show for UFC 137 going down this weekend in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Mandalay Bay. Main event was supposed to be GSP Condit. About a week ago, GSP had to pull out of the fight with a knee sprain, so the UFC has opted to pull Carlos out of the bout as well to save him for a title fight with GSP. So that fight will be rescheduled later on. Our new main event is Nick Diaz versus BJ Penn. Should be a good fight.
yeah.
All right, so we're going to get on with our show here. Starting on Facebook, we have Brandon Vera making his UFC return versus Elliot Marshall.
Yeah, Brandon Vera, he's coming off pretty much a loss, but it's turned into a no contest to Thiago Silva.
Oh, he got owned.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad
Roids
fight.
or no roids.
Yeah, yeah. But I think this would be a pretty easy fight for him. You know?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Elliot Marshall, he's lost to lesser people like Luis Kane. That was his last fight he lost to him, so this should be an easy win for Brandon Vera here.
Yeah, we got Vera. I got Vera by knockout.
I do too. Vera by knockout.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see a rematch with Thiago Silva. I don't know. All right, moving on to Spike. We have Tyson Griffin versus Bart Palashevsky at featherweight.
Bart Palashevsky is a former WC lightweight, and he dropped down to featherweight after his last fight against Kamar Shalrus. You know, he didn't look the best in that fight, but maybe he'll do a little better in lightweight fighting a tough guy named Tyson Griffin. You know?
Oh, yeah, he's a pretty good grappler, Bart.
Yeah.
So he might be able to.
He's the first man ever to beat Pettis.
Yeah, he might be able to hold his ground against Tyson, but Tyson, former UFC lightweight, second fight at featherweight, he can do it all, really. He's got good punches, good power, great wrestling, good endurance. I think he's a real force at featherweight. I could definitely see him contend for the title within a year or so. I got him winning this fight by decision.
Me too. I think he's going to own him.
Yeah. Moving on, the second and last fight on the Spike card is Dennis Seaver versus Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Now, Cowboy has been on a tear since he got to the UFC. This is his fourth fight in the company this year alone. 4 fights in a year. That's tough. A lot of guys don't do that. First fight was Paul Kelly, beat him by rear naked choke. Wagner Hocha beat him by unanimous decision, put on a Muay Thai clinic against that guy. His third fight beat a top prospect in Charles Oliveira. He was the underdog in that fight, and he pulled it out and finished him in the first round. Now he's got Dennis Seaver.
Dennis Seaver's coming off a controversial win against Matt Wyman. You know, a close fight, but he ended up pulling it off. I believe Matt won the fight. But like you said, you know, Cerrone, this is his fourth fight. It just shows you how dominant he is.
Yeah, he's been on a tear. Nobody's really been able to lay any damage on him. That's probably why he's been able to fight so many times. I think the same thing's going to continue. I think he's going to just dominate Dennis Seaver on the feet. I think if he does get taken down, his jiu-jitsu off his back is good enough to hold it, to keep Seaver not wanting to mess with that.
Yeah, I got Cerrone by knockout. I'm being really bold saying
knockout.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Cerrone by knockout TKO as well. Yeah.
Next fight.
All right, we are moving on to the main card.
Yeah.
All right, this is a fight I'm really looking forward to see. I don't know much about the guy, but Hatsu Hioki is a world ranked number 2 in the world featherweight coming over from from Japan. He's a great fighter. I've been told this will be his UFC debut. He's a strong grappler. Most of his wins come by submission, 12 of them to be exact. He's facing off against George Roop.
Yeah, George Roop, you know, he's a little upset. You know, he's the first man ever to knock out Chen Sung-jung, the Korean zombie. You know, that's tough to do. And he's coming off a vicious beatdown against Josh Crispy. Just demoralized that kid, you know.
Oh, yeah, that was a beatdown.
Yeah.
In this fight, I'm going to have to go with Hioki winning by submission. I'm going to go submission with Hioki.
I'm going with Hioki by decision. I think it's going to be a pretty tough fight.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing him, how he does in the UFC, if he poses any threat to reigning champ Jose Aldo.
Yep.
Moving on to the main card, we have a bantamweight fight. Scott Jorgensen is welcoming back Jeff Curran to the Zuffa banner.
Scott Jorgensen, you know, again, a little terror, that guy. He's coming off a knockout win against Ken Stone, knocked him out on guard, you know. And he fought for the title against Dominic Cruz. He didn't look that well, but you know, I think he's
Cruz is pretty good though.
But I think he's learned now. I think now he's learned some good wrestling. I think he's got some pretty good power now, and I think he's gonna outclass Curran.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, he is too strong. He hits too hard.
Yeah.
His wrestling's going to be able to dictate where the fight goes. Jorgensen wins this fight easy.
Yeah, but Curran, no, he's got most of his wins are by submission.
Yeah,
so you gotta watch out for that.
yeah. Curran, he's a good fighter, but I just think Jorgensen top is cream of the crop when it comes to bantamweight.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have Crow Cop facing Roy Nelson. See, this fight I had a tough pick because I really don't care for either fighter. I really don't. But I really dislike Big Country. He's just sloppy. Come on now. You can't root for that guy. So I'm going with Crow Cop in this one. I mean, he's on a 2-fight losing streak. Both of them by knockout. The last one to Schaub was vicious, but I just hope Crow Cop can pull it out and then retire.
You know what? I'm gonna have to disagree. I'm gonna go with Nelson because even though he is sloppy, you're gonna go.
Dude is fat as hell.
You're gonna go with the ragdoll? Really? Come on, that guy gets like ragdolled every fight. He's like Chuck Liddell right now. He's completely chinless, and Nelson's got too much power. He hasn't been knocked out, Nelson, but he's been
knocked out once.
Yeah, he's been knocked out once by Arlovsky, who's a good striker. But still, you know, Nelson's got a good ground game. He's got a lot of power in his hand. You know, I think he's gonna pull it out by knockout.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna destroy him.
I think so.
But you're gonna go Crow Cop?
I'm still going with Crow Cop.
He's knocking him out in retirement.
Moving on to the co-main event, we have Czech Congo versus Meathead Matt Mitrione. And you know, Congo's coming off that freaking amazing fight against Pat Barry.
Yeah,
at
amazing.
UFC Live on Versus 4.
Yeah, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
or 5. I don't even know. Anyway, man, Congo got dropped and rocked like 4 times. He looked like the fight was about to be done with. Was able to get some space, caught Barry with 2 big punches, put him out.
Yeah.
He's a good. Clearly, Congo's got power. But Mitrione, he's shown very good technical skill in his stand-up. Every fight he's been in, everything in his game has improved. He's 5-0 right now. 4 of his wins are by knockout. He's on a 2-fight his last 2 fights have ended in knockout for him. He looks like a surging contender. This will be a fight to prove if he's for real, or if the hype train has gotten a hold of some people.
Yeah, Congo, you know, we have seen that his wrestling's pretty good. He tried to out-wrestle Travis Brown. And Mitrione, you know, he showed some good submission skills. You know, he's training over there in Duke Rufus with Eric Schaefer, and his stand-up, my God, it's looking amazing. He knocked out Christian Moorcraft, made him look like a sissy in that fight.
Yeah, really outclassed him.
And Tim Hague, who was supposed to be a big up-and-comer, you know, destroyed him in the first round. You know, it was
in this fight,
unfair.
I'm going to have to go with Mitrione by TKO. I think he's going to finish Congo.
I'm going to have to go with Mitrione by decision. I think split, though. But, you know, this is me.
All right, I'm moving on to the main event. Man, this is going to be a war.
Yeah.
BJ Penn versus Nick Diaz is going to be sick.
Very excited about this fight. You know, these guys are like the same dudes. Good boxing.
Pretty much.
Beast jiu-jitsu.
Man, iron freaking chin.
Jesus. You know,
the only difference in him is that Diaz doesn't gas out. BJ's been known to gas.
And have no heart. Diaz, you know, he's coming off an amazing win against Daly. He knocked him out on the feet in the first round. It was a great fight.
That was his last fight in Strikeforce, and he signed with the UFC. He's supposed to fight GSP.
Yeah, but no, I think it's going to be good for Diaz. You know, he's coming back to the UFC. I think he's going to be amazing in this fight. You know, fighting BJ Penn. It's a tough fight for him. A good fight to come back on. Because first of all, win or lose, it's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, he's got a lot to prove. You know, having that meltdown and everything when he was in the main event with George.
Yeah.
Not showing up and everything. So he's got a lot to prove to Dana, himself, and the fans.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he pulls it out. He's going to come out with a fire and an intensity. I don't think BJ is going to be able to handle it. BJ is a great fighter. He's one of the best of all time. But I just think if Nick can come with that pace he usually comes with, in the guy's face all 3 rounds, that BJ will gas in the later rounds, and he might get finished. I'm not banking on that. I'm going with Diaz by unanimous decision.
And I'm going with Diaz by unanimous decision too. But actually, I'm going to go with split. Honestly, I think it's going to be a close fight. It might be split, yeah. Because Penn, you know, he's coming off that draw against John Fitch, who actually wrestled Fitch, you know.
NCAA Penn showed up
there.
All right, well, whoever wins there, I mean, Diaz wins, I'm pretty sure he'll be up in title talks. BJ, he's had 2 cracks at GSP, hasn't won either one, so if he wins, I don't know what's going to happen there. He might give him a title shot.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our show, guys.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy the fights. Got anything to say?
I'm really excited for the main event, you know, and hopefully we can go. You know, we're gonna try to go.
Yeah. Let you know. Maybe we can film while we're there or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace, guys.
Peace, guys.